that
Kato,
information.
like last year.
Who's gonna break the crew?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
We're ready? All right, good morning, everyone. Today's date is Monday, November 22nd, 2001. It's about 9:02 a.m. Here to call our meeting to order. Our first order of business is our pledge and our invocation. So, I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, we just come to you today to give you praise and glory, dear God. Just thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity for us to come and serve our fellow citizens. Dear Lord, just ask that you be with this court as we make decisions that affect the county. Dear Lord, that we would seek your wisdom before we make these decisions, dear God. And just ask that you would be with us and bless the decisions we do make, dear Lord. Just ask that you be with us during this holiday season. Lay on our hearts what we're truly thankful for, dear Lord, and for us to understand that you're the reason that we're thankful, dear Lord. We're so thankful for you. Dear Lord, just be with everyone as they travel this week. Bring them back home safely. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
The first item is to approve our minutes of regular meetings from November 8th, 2021, special meetings from November 5th, 2021, and November 12th, 2021, and a public meeting November 10th, 2021. You've all had those minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve those as written? Motion made by Commissioner Hale. Have a second. Second by Commissioner Hale. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, our next item is the auditors.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I have several line item transfers. The first one is from a non-departmental contingency fund of $10,000 to the courthouse janitorial supplies for $10,000.
So you've heard the request for a budget amendment from non-departmental contingency in the amount of $10,000 into janitorial supplies in the amount of $10,000. Do I hear a motion to approve this line item transfer?
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner King. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
My next line item transfer is from the Justice Center Building Grounds and Maintenance for $445.46 to the Justice Center Janitorial Supplies for $445.46.
Transfer from the Justice Center Building and Grounds for $445.46 to the janitorial supply. Do I hear a motion to approve this line item transfer?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Cornell. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner King. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right.
My last line item transfer is from the Extension Office Travel Expenses CEA FCH for $2,200. Also from the Extension Office Travel Expenses CEA AG for $1,500. To the Extension Fuel and Lubricants for $2,200. And to the Extension Office Equipment for $1,500.
Line item transfers from AgriLife from travel expenses for two of the agents, one in the amount of $2,200, one in the amount of $1,500. approve the line item transfers.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Kelly. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner King. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? All right.
My next item is to ratify the vendor name for the minutes approved on June 14, 2021 for the purchase of chip seal rock from J. Lee Milligan Incorporated, not McMillan as stated. And this is just because on June 14, 2021, you all approved that purchase out of Fund 18. And so I'm just correcting the name so that the minutes match the invoice.
All right, you've heard the explanation, so is there a motion to approve this amended budget request from the name Macmillan to the name J. Lee Milligan? Do I hear a motion to approve it? Motion made by Commissioner King. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed?
And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Let's start off, Judge, with the, having the court sign the agreement for the stop loss and the administrative services between TAC and Hale County. Nothing has changed from last year. We're just needing new documents for the plan for 2022. So, but they are through DocuSign, Judge, so I don't need all these, and so we'll go through.
Okay. So, any questions about on the 2022 stop loss agreement with administrative services between TAC and Hale County? She said there's been no changes other than they need an update signature on the document. So, do I hear a motion to approve this agreement and these services and allow me to sign that document?
Is this something we do on an annual basis? Is it kind of
You know, I'm glad you asked that, because I thought normally the agreement comes with the plan year forms and all that stuff. But this year, TAC is requiring the commissioners for us to go through court and have it approved, okay? And of course, everything's being through DocuSign, and they're updating their process, okay?
I'll make a motion to.
All right, have a motion, got your second. Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? All right.
Okay, Judge, my next item, Kenny, if you'd like to, I'd love to hand you this if you want to look through it, is the agreements.
One in my next life, maybe.
Yes, sir. Okay, I have the financial statement for the month ending October 31st, 2021. If I can get y'all to look at page 3. Sorry, Jim. Carla, thank you.
But I would refer to Jim to review. I trust his opinion.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks.
Okay, I get y'all to look at page 3. This is the financial statement for the month ending October 31st, 2021. The monthly closing balance was $23,996,352.70. I hereby certify that this report is true, correct, and request that you place it in the minutes. I would like to state that our tax money is coming in pretty good this year.
Okay. So you've heard and seen the financial statement for the month ending October 31st, 2021, with closing balance of $23,996,352.70.
$996,352.70. Do I hear a motion to approve this financial statement? Motion made by Commissioner King. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
Okay, my next item is the affidavit that would be placed in the newspaper, just stating that the court has received, reviewed, and approved the financial report.
Okay, motion to approve the affidavit to be placed for publication for that financial statement we just approved. Do I hear a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Kelly. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Cornell. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed?
All right, Judge, thank you.
All right, next item is I received
Really
a,
like these.
received a request from the Petersburg EMS. They're asking for a variance and they need a letter from the county saying that we are aware of the variance of their request for a staffing variance with Petersburg EMS. That EMS is the sole provider for the Petersburg area. So they're looking for us to approve or be aware that they're asking for this variance and ask that we submit a letter saying that we are aware of the variance. The variance, the way he explained it to me is sometimes they don't have a certified driver. I guess they just have an individual that can drive, and not a paramedic or not a.
Not sure we need to do that.
So,
From what you're saying here, that sounds to me like it puts the county in pretty good risk.
well, like I say, he says, he acted like they'd done it before, and that basically, just saying because they received money from us, that we're aware of the variance.
Well, I think I'd like to table this and discuss it,
Okay.
unless you have a pretty good opinion you'd like to give us right now.
I think I'd like you to table it.
I've got, I'll give you this,
Let's place it on this table.
I'll forward you this email, Jim, and it's got Mr. Layton's phone number and stuff, so. We'll table that, and bring it back on the first meeting in, December. And, so my next item is a quarterly report from, UMC. Okay, UMC, this is their third quarter report. Had a total of 12 responses, 5 within the designated area, and 7 without. It said the 7 that were without were all to Petersburg. So, do I hear a motion to approve this report from UMC Health System? Motion made by Commissioner Hale. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner King. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? That brings us up to the sheriff's office.
Good morning.
Hi, Dave.
How are y'all this morning?
All right.
Just come before the court this morning. We're having camera problems in the jail. We have looked at several alternatives, called around, nobody wants to mess with it. It's trying to stay except people that put it in there, which is passed. So, got a quote of $33,505.28. This will not be any cost to the county or the court. We're going to use commissary funds. I talked to Jim, and since it is for the safety and welfare of the inmates, we can use that commissary money.
requesting a check for half right now. He has gone ahead and ordered the parts, but they're sitting on a container somewhere.
What all will it, I'm sorry, Harold, what all will it replace? What camera? Pretty
The
much all.
recording stuff, all the stuff that makes it work, not the cameras themselves. We'll probably have 2 or 3 cameras out once they get this fixed, but we won't know until we get fixed.
And that amount was $33,505.20.
28. Yes, sir.
With it being commissary funds, is this just an information item or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Just about.
So there'll be no action needed, but, all right, thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Phyllis Walker.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners. I don't have anything to add from the Friday work session, so I appreciate your attention to this. Thank you.
Okay. This was to, she was looking at us approving the use of the courthouse parking lot for a Christmas tree sale. And it was it a one-day sale?
Yes, sir.
One-day sale. So do I hear a motion to approve that item?
I think Jim was supposed to give us.
Thank you.
Just jump in here. Judge, I've thought about it, I think, given the fact that it's a one-day event, in fact, I guess really less than a day, and it's part of the Downtown Association or the Friends of Downtown or whatever's Christmas festivities downtown, I think we're good without any sort of written agreement if y'all decide to do it.
You make that formal motion?
Did you say,
Talk.
did you say you were afraid of Sherry again?
Those who got me, involved in all this.
Okay, so we have a motion from Commissioner King to approve this one-day tree sales. Can you second it? I second. Okay, a second by Commissioner Hale. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, Jesse? Morning.
We'll make this quick.
All right.
Just a quick update on the boiler. Right there, as soon as we get a new HVAC system, I will never mention the word boiler again.
Thank you.
No, a quick update. I use Quality Air to make that repair in the basement. And then called Caprock Plumbing on some plumbing issues downstairs and ended up replacing the compressor because it needed it right away. In the process, he found some serious plumbing issues. Wait, it was a pump motor downstairs. It was about to go out, and so he did some work, some quick repair. So we talked about that Friday, just trying to keep you abreast of it with that. That pump motor's gonna go out, but it's not on the agenda to request it. But he did tell me to let y'all know that if we decide to replace that pump motor downstairs, it's about an 8 or 10 week time frame to get it in. So I'll put that on the agenda for next time around.
Can we go ahead and discuss that then? We are talking about our HVAC system, it's all related.
With that, Bob, the line item Jim says update on boiler system, so.
That's pretty close. I
Okay.
don't know, I mean, I think it's probably not, I don't know.
Okay,
I'd say probably not.
what, okay. With that time frame, that leeway that you're talking about, I think we'll go ahead, I'll just get him to go ahead and look at doing it. So, okay.
And I apologize for not putting it on the agenda, but it just came up Friday.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, when they did the work on it, we've got this pump motor downstairs that's been making an awful noise for quite some time. Of course, I had Johnson Controls look at it several months ago and I think did a diagnostics on it. Caprock told me, and I'm going in layman's terms here, is because a lot of the gauges were off on there and the pressure was so intense. It was supposed to be set at 25 to 30. It had been pegged out for quite some time, which was causing undue pressure on the motor. That's what's causing it to make that awful noise. Caprock said, let me back up, after they did their work on there, they added some more gauges to it where it's actually regulated from 25 to 30, which takes pressure off the motor. And so we've got cold water going in, hot water going in, and then we've got air pressure going involved in that process. What was happening is different people doing different services would go in there and turn the water off or turn the air pressure off. And then when they did their work, then they would put it back to where it needed to be. But that kind of system takes several hours to sit there and regulate that cold air, cold and hot, and air pressure going in there. And so therefore, that's part of the reason why it was pegged out, why it was causing undue pressure on that pump motor. And I stand to be correct for my interpretation of how they explained it to me. Nonetheless, Caprock says that pump motor is gonna go out on you anytime, and it could last forever, might last a few weeks, might last a couple of months. But their theory was, with winter coming up, if that pump motor goes out, then it's gonna be 8 or 10 weeks without any heat in this courthouse. So I did ask them for a quote on it. They prepared me a quote, and I'm ready to give y'all. To replace that pump motor, turnkey jobs, $4,250.
How much of that for the motor itself?
The motor itself is $3,100, then materials, $150, and the labor's $1,000. I'll be glad to pass this around. I didn't make copies because I wasn't gonna present for them.
Okay, no action on that item, that's just information?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, and then your second item is proposal on the lights in the Justice
I only
Center.
got those bids in, if you'll pass those. One bid is for, well, I'll just wait till it goes around. I've got copies for you too.
Okay, thank you.
Went ahead and highlighted that in yellow, so you go straight to the price between both of those.
Okay. So looking at these two proposals, and, is there, do I hear a motion to approve one of these and prepare those lights?
I'll make a motion.
And this is also, we're not only repairing the lights, they're gonna replace them with LED lights.
And I'm making that motion, Judge, I'm ready to accept the proposal from S&S Electric. Those that is going to be in there, like they do, got the same jobs.
Okay. Have a motion from Commissioner Cornell. Do I hear a second?
Also,
Second by Commissioner Kelly. Just to clarify, the proposal that we're looking at is from S&S Electric here in Plainview, Texas. And the cost is $9,475. You're supposed to know.
Okay. I did look at, Fund 11, permanent improvement, and we do have, some areas where I can move those funds to cover that to the Justice Center. We have depleted that budget already, but there are some other areas where I can move that to move.
And I believe we kind of talked about that Friday in work session.
Yes, sir.
And fall into that category. So
And
we'll
so
pay,
you can spend-
we'll pay for that, added to the, request from the
Fund 11,
Fund 11
permanent improvement.
permanent improvement from the Justice Center. All right, any other questions?
let S&S Electric know, tell them to start.
All those in favor say aye.
Hope so.
Didn't you just say?
Yes, Jimmy.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All those opposed? Yeah. The contact here. All right, thank you, Jesse.
Yes, sir.
All right, our next item is city manager from the city of Lincoln, Jeff Snyder.
These ones, Judge, are requested for closed session, if we could do those, the economic development projects.
If we're gonna do that, then I'm gonna say we get the young lady, whoever does it, do her thing, so.
Okay,
She doesn't have to say.
let's drop down to Faith.
Could we, Judge,
Yes.
could we maybe combine Ms. Tyler and the public hearing on the economic, the reinvestment zone? And 'cause I
Okay.
think she's probably interested in that as well.
Okay, so I guess we'll go into executive session to discuss these items. We'll discuss these items in executive session. Any action taken by the court will be done in open. So it is,
These items, Judge.
it looks like all.
Mine's just old. Okay.
Okay, we're back in public hearing. It is 9:29 a.m. and we're gonna hear from our county attorney, Jim Tyler.
Judge, if y'all don't mind, maybe before you take up Mr. Snyder's items, the court has on its agenda a public hearing regarding the creation of Hale County Reinvestment Zone number 10. This is in connection with the Abernathy Solar Project. Involves, I think about, 6.5 sections of land down straddling I-27, just right north of Abernathy and mostly north of F-54. Abernathy Solar has requested the county to create a reinvestment zone. We have published the required notice in the newspaper last week. I've sent notice out to the Abernathy Independent School District and the High Plains Underground Water Conservation District, and I have returned receipts from both those letters regarding this hearing. And so, at this point, I guess I would ask you to open it up for any kind of public comment or testimony. And Faith Tyler is here from Abernathy Solar, and I think she would like to address the board. Y'all let her first, so.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Judge and Commissioners. I'm really happy to be here today. It's a very small update, but I think an important update to the project. A few weeks ago, there was a 313 meeting that was held at Abernathy ISD, and they did unanimously approve Abernathy Solar's 313 application. So that was sent to the Texas Comptroller's office, and it's awaiting there. The Comptroller had requested an update about the reinvestment zone from the school district's attorney, Mr. Stormer, with Underwood Law Firm, and I let Mr. Stormer know about today's meeting. So that's the major update. The Comptroller has the application, they just won't certify its completion until they verify that there's been a reinvestment zone on behalf of the 313 application. Aside from that, title is going really well on the project, which should be done here in the next 3 weeks with title clearance. So just little bit as we go. And then environmental studies are still scheduled for March of next year.
Any questions? It's not there. All right, thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to make a comment? Or are you moving the camera?
No comment.
Okay.
Do y'all have any questions I can answer? If not, then we would just need to, the court so desires, make a motion and take a vote on creating the zone.
Okay.
I have an order prepared with legal description and a map of the property.
So you've heard any questions, Jim? Do I hear a motion to approve this reinvestment zone? Allow me to sign that document. Motion made by Commissioner King. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed?
Thank y'all very much, and then I'll be glad to sit down and take you get back to the rest of my items.
Okay, Jim, the rest of your items are in closed session?
No, sir, they're all in open. You want me to go ahead?
Go ahead and just continue, yes, sir.
I thought you were, they were part of all the closed session, that's why.
No, I just didn't want to jump ahead there. I'm happy to. So the next thing that I have on the agenda, we had a couple of small changes, one from the city and one from me on the agreement regarding the Christmas lighting. And so the city just asked to change, we had a little different indemnity wording in there than we would have had for just an agreement between us and the city. So we changed that a little bit, and then I added a clause in the agreement that required the lighting work to be done in a good workmanlike manner. And so that I have that version of the agreement back signed by the city, and then I would just ask y'all to ratify those changes and authorize the judge to sign the updated agreement.
Okay. So did I hear a motion to ratify the previous agreement and allow me to sign the changes to that agreement? Motion made by Commissioner Hale. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner King. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed?
I'll have to get that, I think that's in my office.
Okay.
Then the next item I have is for y'all to decide whether you want to participate in the global opioid settlement as negotiated by the Office of the Attorney General. And then if you decide that, then there are some documents that the judge will need to sign in connection with that, and I'll forward those to the Attorney General.
Okay. You'll recall last meeting, we had a video conference with the Attorney General's office. They explained this procedure. They've also been in contact, or Jim's been in contact with them, so got your motion to approve the global opioid settlement with the Texas Office of the Attorney General, to approve that agreement and resolution and allow me to sign that document. Motion made by Commissioner Kelly. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Cornell. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? All right, thank you, Jim.
I'll bring those documents to you. The next item is a proposed agreement between the city, the county, and the EDC. The main change that, of course, this is for the EDC to continue to provide the services that they do as far as economic development in the county, to continue to provide some budgetary assistance to the EDC. This would replace our current agreement, which I think it was executed. I was kind of surprised, but I think it was in 2014. So, and we've just had that carried forward since. But this would supersede that and basically not change anything with regard to the county and the EDC. It just, as I said, it would continue it's pretty much basically the same agreement we have currently, The main change is that it provides that the new director will be a city employee, as was previously discussed, with the retirement and some other things like that to make the job more competitive amongst those types of positions in the state. So I'll be glad to answer any questions if y'all have any, but that's what this is.
Okay, so basically we have a new EDC director, and she is technically an employee of the city of Lakeview. And that's, like Jim said, for reasons of attracting someone because of a retirement system and health system and things like that. However, the agreement says that we'll basically operate just like we always have, with an agreement between the EDC, the city, and the county. And so, do I hear a motion to approve that and authorize me to sign that agreement on behalf of the county? Motion made by Commissioner Kelly. Here, second. Second by Commissioner King. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed?
Okay, and then finally, we have received a request from Intersect LLC, which is the joint venture between Occidental Petroleum and White Energy, to build the carbon dioxide, I don't know, recapture or harvesting plant or whatever you want to call it, out at the ethanol plant, and then to pipe that down to the oil fields, Permian Basin, for use there. They originally, when we executed this back, I think in 2019, they projected that they would be up and running and ready to start the economic development grant agreement this coming January 1st. With the pandemic, that has not happened, and so they are requesting to bump that date back to January 1st, 2025. And I went back, I know we talked about that was a little bit longer time period than it was before to get built and everything. I went back and looked at the email again. I think the difference in time has to do with our current supply chain issues and materials and things like that. So that's what he cited. And actually, they said they might be done by fourth quarter of 2024. But I think just out of abundance of caution, they're asking to go to January 1st, 2025, which, you know, bookkeeping wise for us is probably a little easier to start in January. Some other, I'm sure the auditor would appreciate that.
So nothing's changed in the agreement?
No,
other
this
than the
would
dates?
strictly be changing the dates, the date of the beginning, and then of course it runs, I believe, it's been a while, I believe it's a 10-year agreement, but if not, it's for 5, I can't remember right off, but anyway, we would just change the start date.
Okay, all right. So, any questions of Jim? If not, do I hear a motion to change the beginning date of the agreement from January to January 1st, 2022 to January 1st of 2025, and authorize me to sign the necessary documents? Motion by Commissioner King. Do I hear a second? Second from Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Thank you, Jim.
Thank y'all.
Jim, I have one question. When Rocio posted Jeffrey's items, she didn't put executive session. Can we go ahead and go into executive session?
Yes, sir, you can always go into executive session, and I have the sections here, you just have to announce on the record which exception to the Open Meetings Act that you're using to go into executive session.
Okay, would you,
If you want me to state those, I will.
yes, sir, if you'd provide that for me.
This would be under section 551.072 of the Texas Government Code for deliberation regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, and section 551.087 of the Government Code for the deliberation regarding an an economic development offer or other incentive, financial or other incentive offer to a business prospect.
Okay, all right, so using those two codes that Jim just gave, we'll go into executive session at 9:43 a.m. And we'll discuss our business with Mr. Snyder. If there's any decisions made, we'll come back in open court and make those decisions. Thank you.